Imagine you're standing there, locked in a moment, with a woman who's got you utterly spellbound. Her energy draws you in like a magnet, and you can't quite pin down why. Now, what if you could wield just a handful of words, simple, yet so potent, that she'd carry them around in her head long after you've parted ways? Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? But here's the unvarnished truth. Most men stumble hard at this. They fumble because they're clueless about what women secretly yearn for beneath the surface. She won't hand you a manual. Women don't work that way. But deep down, they're aching for words that pierce beyond the obvious. Words that strike at something raw and real. That's where the magic lives. When you master this, it's not just about leaving her impressed. It's about crafting a bond so electric, she starts seeing you in a whole new light. Hey there, I'm James, and you've just stepped into Stoic Monarch. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on a reality most guys shy away from but can't afford to ignore. The way you compliment a woman lays bare who you are. This isn't about slinging hollow praise or dusting off some overused line. This is about playing the long game, building something solid, something that sticks. And here's where it gets interesting. We're weaving in a dose of Stoic philosophy to sharpen your edge. Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal 3 hidden compliments that don't just catch her eye. They pull her in and keep her hooked. These aren't your run-of-the-mill niceties. They're crafted to speak straight to her core, sparking an attraction she can't shake. Before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss out on more game-changing insights like this. Let's push this video to 1,000 likes and crack open these secrets together. You in? Good. Let's get moving. Picture this. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic legend, once wrote, "Your life's joy hinges on the caliber of your thoughts." Chew on that for a second. The same logic applies to your connections. The strength of your relationships flows from the weight of your words. Compliments that come from real perception, from truly seeing her, are like gold in a world clogged with empty chatter. They signal strength, depth, and a quiet confidence. Hallmarks of a man who's worth a damn. In this video, I'm handing you 3 compliments that cut deeper than any "you're gorgeous" ever will. These aren't just words to make her smile. They're tools to etch yourself into her mind as the guy she can't forget. If you've ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of ordinary, blending into the background, I'm here to throw you a lifeline. These aren't cheap pickup tricks. They're blueprints for forging bonds that matter. Whether she's already caught your vibe or hasn't even glanced your way, these compliments will mark you as the man she didn't know she needed. But let's be clear. This isn't about groveling for her approval or puffing yourself up. A man who knows his worth doesn't plead for attention. He claims it through presence, smarts, and action. So if you're ready to step up, settle in. We're rewriting the playbook. First, let's talk about the pitfalls, because this is where most guys crash and burn. You've seen it. Some poor sap flooding her socials with heart eyes emojis, or parroting, "You're so pretty," like a broken record. What's her reaction? She's not flattered. She's bored, mentally filing him with every other dude who thinks sweet talk is a golden ticket. Rookie mistake. Here's the hard fact. If your compliments stop at her face, you're already out of the game. "You're beautiful" might earn a nod, but it's not setting you apart. Women have been hearing that since forever. It's background noise, not a headline. A true compliment isn't just a string of words, it's a jolt. It's about stirring something inside her, something vivid, something she can't brush off. When you get it right, you're planting a thought that takes root, one she'll mull over when you're not around. She'll catch herself thinking, "What's different about this guy? Why does his voice keep echoing in my head?" But most men miss the mark because they either overshoot with mushy drivel, undershoot with lazy fluff, or, worst of all, turn it into a self-centered flex. "You're so hot, I can't believe you're talking to me." Buddy, she's not your hype squad. So what's the trick? It's not about what's in plain sight, it's about what you spot that others don't. That's the secret sauce. Say she tweaks her style, new earrings, a bold color, and you say, "That choice really pops. It's got a spark that's all you." You're not just praising her look, you're showing you notice the small stuff most guys skip. But if you want to rise above the pack, you've got to dig deeper. Compliment her spirit, her essence. That's where the real fire ignites. Let's sprinkle in some Stoic wisdom here, because this ancient philosophy isn't just for brooding, it's a relationship superpower. Marcus Aurelius urged us to linger on life's beauty. Translate that, linger on her beauty. Not just the mirror kind, but the kind that defines who she is. Her grit, her values, her soul. Compliments like this prove you're not just another thirsty chaser. You're a man who sees her for real. And that's a rarity. Women don't just want to be called pretty. They want to be known. How often does anyone say, "I respect how steady you stay when things get wild"? Or, "Your focus." It's the kind of thing that moves people. Barely ever. Be the guy who says it, and you're not just memorable, you're magnetic. Now let's get to the first gem. I'm blown away by how you keep your cool when the heat's on. This one's a quiet killer. It's not about her hair or her smile. It's about her steel. That inner strength most guys never clock. Women navigate storms daily. Work pressure, life's messes, you name it. When you spotlight her knack for staying steady, you're saying, "I see the power in you that others miss." Here's why it lands. Society loves gushing over women's warmth or looks, but how often does someone say, "Man, the way you hold it together is something else"? Almost never. That's what makes this a standout. It's fresh, it's real, and it shows you're paying attention. You're not just nodding at her charm, you're honoring something she values, but doesn't often hear praised. And the Stoic angle. Keeping calm in chaos is straight out of the Stoic playbook, ruling your emotions, standing tall no matter what. When you call this out, you're showing you admire a trait that screams strength. She'll sense you're not just skimming the surface, you're in tune with what matters. Timing's key here. Don't toss this out casually, it's got to feel authentic. Maybe she's just powered through a rough day but still radiates calm. Look her in the eye and say, "I'm seriously impressed by how you stayed so grounded today. Most would have buckled, you didn't." Or if she's holding someone else up through a crisis, try, "You're unreal at this." That kind of poise, it's rare. Specific, heartfelt, unforgettable. That's how you lodge yourself in her thoughts. Next up, the way you light up about what you love, it pulls people in. If you want to leave a dent, forget the shallow stuff. You're pretty is fine, but it's not winning you points for originality. You've got to tap into what fuels her work, her art, her dreams. When you zero in on what sets her soul ablaze, you're saying, "I see the real you, not just the rapper." Most guys are too distracted by the obvious to notice what drives her, but not you. Women aren't just here to look good. They've got fire, purpose, ambition. When you say, "I'm hooked on how much you give to this," or your passion, it's the kind that inspires. You're not just flattering her, you're valuing her. Stoicism fits here too. It's about living true to your calling. When you praise her drive, you're nodding to that same principle. Maybe she's chasing a goal. Say, "I love watching you go after this. It's electric." Or if she's geeking out about something, go with, "That spark you've got, it's contagious." You're not just seeing her, you're getting her. And finally, the effort you're putting in. It's unreal how far you've come. This one's about saluting her climb, not just the peak. Too many guys think a quick, nice work cuts it. But if you want to stick with her, celebrate her sweat, her growth. People love pointing out stumbles, but who's cheering the grind? Not enough. When you call out her journey, her wins, her push through setbacks, you're showing you see the woman she's becoming. Try. I'm in awe of how you keep going. It's inspiring. Or seeing where you started and where you are now. That's real. Make it personal. I remember when you kicked this off. Look at you now. Unreal. Stoicism loves resilience, and this compliment honors that. Hit her with it after a big breakthrough or a tough fight. She'll feel seen in a way that lasts. So there you go. 3 compliments that don't just turn heads, they shift perspectives. These are about respect, depth, and stoic clarity, building something that endures. If this sparked something in you, hit that like button and subscribe. We're aiming for 1,000 likes to keep this rolling. We'll dig deeper next time with more Stoic mastery. Stay sharp. See you soon.